Creating a sign in 2-point perspective is done the exact same way that you created a window. So let's go ahead and create our window. We start with a vertical edge. We go from the top and bottom of that vertical to the vanishing point, depending on which side of the building it's on. So I'm on the right side of the building, I'm going to the right vanishing point. And then all I'm missing is that vertical line to close my sign. Okay, so now I've got a vertical line. Now let's say I wanted, now I've got a sign. Let's say I wanted to write 2 lines on this side. Maybe it says, I don't know, Maple Leafs, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give myself a line to write the word on. So I'm gonna draw it really light because later it's gonna be erased. So I'm gonna give myself a line to draw maple on and a line to draw leaves on. All right, now the bottoms of each of my letters has to touch that line. So let's look at the word maple. Now we already know this, so I'm going to say it again. Anything in 2-point or 1-point perspective that's vertical stays vertical when you draw it in perspective as well. So this part of our M and this part of our M and this part of our P and this part of our L and this part of our E are also going to stay vertical. So when I draw them, if I want to, I could even use the ruler. So there's the edge of my M. I'm not rotating it. Here's the other edge of my M. Now the pieces that go in between, those can be on an angle. Now the A is a little bit different because it doesn't really have any vertical lines. What it does have is a horizontal line. That horizontal line has to go to the vanishing point. The edge of the P is vertical. So now what you can see is happening is because I gave myself that line, the space that I have in between these 2 lines is getting smaller. So automatically, I'm writing my letters smaller. Now here's the horizontal part of the L is following that line towards the vanishing point. The vertical of the E stays vertical, but the horizontals, it's got 3 horizontals, each of those has to go to the vanishing point. Now when you're doing small details like this, you definitely want to make sure that you have a sharpened pencil. Let's switch pencils. So there's my word maple. Now I'm going to add leaves. So again, any part that's vertical has to stay vertical. So this, this, and this. The horizontals are going to lead to the vanishing point. So this line, and this line, this line, this line, this line, and this line all lead to the vanishing point. So let's try it. What I might want to do actually is give myself a top edge as well so that my letters know where to stop. So my letters are all going to hit the top edge of this and the bottom edge of this. So I think my word leaves is going to end up being a little bigger than my maple, but that's okay. So there's my vertical part of the L. The horizontal part goes to the vanishing point. Here's the vertical part of my E. The horizontal goes to the vanishing point, and then one more. Also to the vanishing point. The A is mostly just normal except for this horizontal line. And then the F, vertical. And then this horizontal goes towards my vanishing point as well as this one. And then the S. Now, if you don't draw letters on signs like this, they will look like they're falling off the sign. So I'm going to show you what I mean by that. So let's go ahead and draw a sign on this side and it will look incorrect. So you can see the difference between the 2. So there's my box or my window. Now, if I want to just go ahead and draw a bunch of, here, I'll even still give myself the 2 lines. So if I'm going to write the word maple leafs on this side and I want to do it incorrectly, oh, it's hard for me to do it incorrectly. So you can see that it's on a tilt and so the letters almost look like they're falling off of the building. Okay, so that's the incorrect way to do it. Please do not do it that way. Please follow the rules with perspective. So let's try and do another correct way. Let's say that on this side of the building it says ATM. Okay, they have an ATM machine here. So let's look at the letters. ATM. So this is going to stay vertical, this is going to stay vertical, and this is going to stay vertical. And this line and this line are going to lead to my left vanishing point. I'm on the left side of the building. So let's go ahead and do that. If I want to, maybe I'll give myself a box that all the letters have to fit within so that my letters will automatically get smaller as I go closer to the vanishing point. That's probably what I should have done for the Maple Leafs one as well. Okay, so my A is mostly going to be normal, except for the part that's going to be the horizontal there that leads to my vanishing point. Then the T is vertical, except for the part that leads to the vanishing point. And then the M, which I have run out of room for, we'll make it nice and little, vertical, vertical. Okay, and there's my ATM sign, and now I could erase that little box that I gave myself. I don't have a small enough eraser to get to that detail. But that is basically how you're going to create letters or words on signs. Okay.